Arkk production.
Yo, okay, we're going over these tech names. I apologize in advance if this is a long video, but I think right now, man, the markets, they looking juicy. The markets are looking juicy right now. A lot of these charts look interesting too. So then again, keep in mind, right? I'm not calling bottoms here. I just want to point out names that I think look very interesting from a risk to reward perspective. And I am leaning that this is the market bottom, but I'm not trying to make call outs and, get people to buy when I say shit like that. So I'm just prefacing that before we start this video. But I do like a lot of these names and how they're looking. We're going to start off with Shopify. So huge name, huge company, and they're mad profitable. Like if you just look back to their earnings reports, they very rarely miss earnings. They're always doing very well. We had a massive 70% pullback in this name. Like, yo, Shopify ain't going away, boy. Like, it is not going away. This name, I think, has great long-term opportunity. So we have this trend line that's holding us back, and today we have a nice big day. 10%, 11% on the day. So that's huge to know. It's on volume too. We got a nice little kick in volume, which is nice. Bullish divergence is coming in on this chart. So it's been trying to play out since the ending of January. So 2 months now where price is moving downward, but the RSI is indicating that there's strength in the numbers being, in terms of buying being an increase, right? So that's notable. When we look at this Shopify chart, right, on a weekly time frame, and we just zoom out, this is ridiculous. I'll put it in log form too. But like, this is insane. Like, we haven't seen a pullback like this in this name ever before. Like, this is a crazy pullback. So I think that this is an amazing opportunity to buy Shopify and hold for long term, because we all know what's going to happen, right? At one point in time, they're going to have a stock split, just like the Googles are doing, just like Tesla did, and all those other big names. We know Shopify is going to get a stock split soon. So the way I think of it is, if we're able to gather shares at a low level, and then we get a big increase in price, and then they announce a stock split, this name's going to go nuts. And I think it's in their best interest to have a stock split, because of the amount of, buyers like stock splits. It's a psychological thing. You're able to buy the stock at a cheaper price, although it's the same amount mathematically in terms of shares available and price, but just psychologically, it's easier for investors to want to buy a stock that's having a split. So that would be one catalyst that could push this price way higher. But overall, simply just because of the discount, and it's a great company, this name it has to be number one, and I have to point this out. What an opportunity here. So the past few months have been pretty scary. This is exactly what fear looks like in a chart. Just straight panic, right? Everybody's selling, and then there's a cascade because they people who bought up here are like, oh, I don't want to lose too much money. This right here, this area that we're at, is an area where you can comfortably invest and just hold long term. Forget about it and just let your shares increase in price. Arkk, very similar situation here with Arkk, right? We're back at levels that we had at the beginning of 2020. So we had a big price increase. We come right back down into this range. Of course, this is going to be a demand area. People are going to be like, oh my God, this stock is now like 65% off. Of course, I'd rather get shares down here. So a lot of these names, they're going to look similar. And why I want to point them out is because of the video I just made on the overall market. If the overall market is bottoming and these names are bottoming, that means there's a lot of opportunity that's about to be on the way. So I just wanted to point this out because a lot of these names look very nice. Pltr, we came right back to our like IPO range. You gotta love it, man. Like, you really do gotta love this chart. Now, during this is BS, and same with this is BS. But over here, what I like to see here is we have this gap down, and we've tried to break up over it a couple times here, right? We try to push up over, but we haven't been able to. So this zone, once we break above this zone, it's going to be indicative that the trend has changed. So when the trend changes in a stock, that's when people want to follow that uptrend, right? Traders are going to notice that, and traders are going to start buying it up again. Again, huge sell-off in this name. We have this trend line that's been holding us back for quite some time, and it looks like we're just about to start breaking up over it. Now, if the markets get an overall bounce, all these names are going to get a bounce, all of them. So what we want to see is us break up over and start creating higher lows in these names, all of them. We don't know how they're going to play out, but overall, that's what we're looking for. Now here in PLTR, this 1250 range was a resistance point. If we come back up to here, it might take a little while to break that zone. And then once we do, we back test and we go. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen with this. Just because, man, this name has taken an absolute beating, even just from the end of, or the beginning of November there, 60%. From all-time highs, this name's down like 76%, right? So, man, the opportunities here, if you want to be a buyer, these names they're set for a great opportunity, I'm telling you. Nvidia. So this name hasn't really, it's been pretty strong throughout all of this bearish market action. But we love Nvidia and we love AMD as well. This zone that we're in, we've used it as demand nicely, and we're starting to get that bounce on volume, strong bounces. If you look here, this was a massive candlestick, huge rising sun candlestick. So it just didn't quite engulf the previous day, but it made a noticeable impact in the market, just a huge day. And we've defended that zone that we came back to twice after. So right now could be the time where we're ready to set off, launch the new uptrend, and create higher lows from here. Tesla, man, this trend line here has been money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we touch and we get a nice bounce. So I'm leaning towards a nice inverse head and shoulders here on Tesla. So things are looking so nice on this name. I'll never sleep on Elon. I'll never sleep on Tesla. It just won't happen. These guys aren't a car company. They're an AI company. So keep that in mind. We want to see something like this happen where we get that breakout. We retest the trend line or the resistance here, and then we get that move upward right back up into this range, right? And when we get back up into this range, at some point when we get back up into the 1200 range, we want to hang around here and create higher lows, breaking down this range, and then we get the blast off. And what that would create is another inverse head and shoulders on a larger time frame. So man, honestly, Tesla, I'm telling you, don't sleep on that. Like right now, things are looking quite interesting here on Tesla. Sklz. Now this one, I'm taking a little bit larger of a swing here, but I think there's some serious opportunity in this name. I don't want to sleep on this name. I'm going to be watching it. But we have major trend lines holding us back for a long time. This is from March 2021. Major downtrend. This name, for whatever reason, has been getting absolutely beat up. I don't know what the fundamentals are on this name. So this isn't a fundamentals channel really. But man, price is just getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. If I've seen anything, this reminds me of March 2020. No joke here. Like this name is beat up 95%. There's going to be a massive bounce in this name, in my opinion. It has the potential for a massive bounce. Think about us even getting back to $7 here, right? So even if we just get back up to this range, that's 150% trade. Traders love this volatility. right? They love the volatility. They love the opportunity of names with big increases. This is one of them. We're starting to see a nice bottom here. 1, 2, 3 touches at this $2 range. Huge day today, 27%. This could be indicating, right? If we look at it on the weekly time frame, what's it look like? A nice little morning star and a massive wedge. This might be the sleeper out of all these names. But if we look here, right, we've had some big bull volume starting to come in since the end of January. So bull volume's coming in, but price is still driving us lower. Slight bullish divergence here. But I like it, man. This volume is indicative, and pretty soon we'll probably get those massive spikes coming in, leading us maybe a push into earnings in May, right? So that would be a month straight of bull action. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I do like the chances, man. I like the chances. Things are looking great on Sklz right now. Penn Gaming. So when we zoom out on Penn Gaming, we'll go to the weekly time frame. We're right back at February 2020 levels. Interesting name. And you also have Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports. I'm sure they're going to start pumping this once like a bunch of the sports start getting back into play, right? This summer, baseball. We got March Madness coming up. NFL in the fall. That's going to be huge. But a lot of sports gambling, and of course the casinos that Penn owns. This name, of course, once we reopen, people are probably going to hit up the casinos way more. Has potential for some upside. So I just wanted to throw that in there because, again, this name is also on a massive pullback, 71%. So PayPal, yes, don't hate me for bringing up PayPal, but it's at a major zone here. Like, what a gnarly pullback, man. Like, 70% on PayPal. Like, when has this happened? This didn't even happen in COVID, man. Like, COVID was a 30% pullback. This is a 70% pullback, and you're trying to tell me this is not of value now? Come on, you know? Come on. There's going to be a bounce. Who knows how big it's going to be, but it's coming. Right? It's coming. And I think that's pretty inevitable too. Complete fear in the chart. Right here, even if we just get back up to 160, is a pretty solid trade. 70%. So I don't want to sleep on it. I'm throwing it out there just because of the risk reward opportunities on these names are pretty nice. And that's the video, man. We can't sleep on any of these names. Those are just a few tech names and growth names that have gotten beat up hard, and I want to bring them up just because the opportunity is right here, and the market is shaking us, being like, this is the chance. Enjoy, guys. Peace.